and welcome to my great new show called Inspired By. So I've been stuck inside for a while with quarantine and pandemic and everything that's going on in the world, and I'm not able to really enjoy a lot of the things that I really love. One of the main things being Disney. Not going to the parks, I can't go on vacation, so I'm trying to do what I can to bring that feeling of being at Disney to me. So I'm venturing on a little journey within my own home, and I'm bringing the flavors that have been inspired by my trips to Disney into my own home, and I want to take you with me on that journey. So today we're going to be making something that's inspired by one of Disney's most famous treats, a Dole Whip. So what is that going to involve? Let me show you what you're going to need. So there are two major pieces of equipment that you're going to need to do this. The first one you definitely need to have, and that is this food processor. Any brand will do, but you definitely need something with enough power to get through frozen items. The second option is having an ice cream maker. So I'm going to use this because I want to incorporate a little more air and make it a little bit of a more fluffy texture and consistency, but the ice cream maker is not required. There is a way of doing this strictly using the food processor. Both of them I have by a brand that's Cuisinart. It's done well for me. Both of mine have been around for many years and they are standing the test of time. So I think they're both great products. And you know, they're pretty straightforward to use, so that's great. So let me show you what else we're gonna need. So what's a Dole Whip without having some pineapple? It is the main ingredient, main flavor to a Dole Whip. So in this case, I happen to not be using Dole brand. Del Monte is fine. But something I do want to point out to, you know, really have a healthier twist on a lot of things, be aware of what's in the products that you're buying. A lot of canned products will have additives, emulsifiers, chemicals, and other things. I got this particular brand because on the ingredients, there are only two things. Let me see if I can show you there. The ingredients are pineapples and pineapple juice. That is it. And that is what you want to see. You don't want to see polysorbate, maltodextrin, you know, all these other additives. The next ingredient that we need is coconut milk. So this is another case where we want to make sure that we're looking at the label. A lot of coconut milks use something called guar gum, and you want to check that, you know, your coconut milk does not have the extra additives, if you can do that. So again, if you look at that ingredient list, I don't know if you could see that, it is just coconuts. Coconut extract and water. That is it. And that is from this Nature's Greatest Foods. There are a couple of brands out there that make this without guar gum, and you'll see they advertise when they don't put it in. So we want a can of coconut milk. Next up, frozen bananas. So these are just fresh bananas that I have cut in half after I've peeled, and I've just put in a baggie and I stick in the freezer. You could also cut them into little slices. That's okay too. I just find for storing, this is just very easy for me. And lastly, you're going to need a little bit of salt. Any brand will do. Okay, so first ingredient is 1 banana. So I'm going to take 2 of these frozen halves, and they are going to go right into the food processor, just like that. Next up is the pineapple. This you're going to need 4 cups. 4 cups. So this is where you have some options. If you do not have the ice cream maker, this is the part where things are a little different. If you're doing this 100% in this food processor, that pineapple has to be frozen. If you have the ice cream maker and you're using this option, you do not need to freeze the pineapple first. So 4 cups is about 2 of these 20-ounce cans. So I already have my 4 cups of pineapple in this bowl, and that's just going right on in here. That's great. Okay. Last up, we have the coconut milk. So first thing you want to do, you want to give it a real good shake. Coconut milk will settle to the bottom and the coconut cream kind of floats to the top, and that's like this richer, creamier, thicker portion of it. But it's really good and it's going to make this really creamy. So we want to keep both parts of it. Okay, so can of coconut milk going in. And I think my food processor's a little full. I might have to do this in batches. So I'm stopping there and I'm going to process that and see how that looks. And then I might add the rest of the can in. Okay, that is all good and blended. And I'm just going to put in a pinch of salt. And then we're gonna let that blend one last time. Just get that salt mixed in. Oops. And there we have our Dole Whip blend. So had the pineapple been frozen at this point, you could just scoop and serve. It would have a much thicker, harder consistency. But because my pineapple was not frozen and I'm going into the ice cream maker, we're going to go to that step next. All ice cream makers have a few parts to them. The drum, which is this main piece, you have to have in the freezer ahead of time. So this is chilled, it's nice and cold, you can see the condensation on it. This is going to be the stirring paddle, and that's going to fit right in the middle there. And then this lid goes right on top. And then we plug her in and power on. We'll pour the ice cream in. Actually, so I don't make a mess, I'm gonna take this off and I'm gonna ladle some in and then put it back together. Okay, so I have all of the Dole Whip mixture inside of the ice cream maker, and we're just going to turn it on. And that's going to do its thing for a while until the mixture inside becomes an ice cream-like consistency. And we'll come back and visit it in a little bit. And there we have it, Dole Whip, or something pretty close to it. So thank you so much for joining me on this journey. And if you like this and you want to see more, like, subscribe, and hit the bell button. And I'm going to be trying to post every week. So come along on this journey with me. Thank you so much and enjoy.